right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you Wakim out there who pushing this word with truth and sincerity, and as well as to all you believers out there who believing on the gospel. And it's the brother Kwara Abad from the GMS Houston camp. And real briefly, I want to go into another lesson. I've been in the book of Judges, reading the book of Judges. I finished it, I think yesterday or 2 days ago. Finished the book of Judges. It's always good to go touch up on our history. Things that happened in the past. Because a lot of times, as it's saying in Romans the 15th chapter and the 4th verse, that the things that was written aforetime was written for our learning. And also it say in the scriptures that no new thing is under the sun. So these accounts from our past history is pertinent for the times we live in, because it gives us an example on things to expect in these times. But nevertheless, what I want to touch on real briefly, speaking on the book of Judges, that's the book that you got the account of Samson. The man of the Lord Samson, which was a judge, a leader in Israel. Now, Samson, within his story, he had a wife. Then eventually, he messed with a prostitute. But the more known woman that Samson dealt with, her name was Delilah, right? A Philistine woman. Her name was Delilah, which I believe, I went into it earlier. You go into the word Delilah, and it's the definition is feeble, which is weak. And as the woman, she is the weaker vessel. Now, what I want to touch on in this lesson, how Yahweh Shai told us, he gave us the warning about Lot's wife. And for the last days, he told us to remember Lot's wife. Because what Lot's wife did, you see, she eventually turned back, and she still had care for the city she was taken out of. She wasn't fully with trusting in the Lord. So Yahweh Shai gave us the warning and said, remember Lot's wife. Right? Now, I bring all that up to, want to set a foundation to the lesson, but I bring all that up to say, remember Delilah. You feel me? Remember Delilah. Just like Yahweh Shai said, remember Lot's wife. Remember Delilah, man. And as I was reading the book of Judges, again, this is something that, that hit my spirit. As it say, Romans 15:4, the things that was written aforetime was written for our learning, so that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope. So the Lord, he put our forefather Samson through this, certain scenario, which can be a lesson for us today, man. And that's why I want to go ahead and do this lesson, Now, built the foundation, just kind of want to get a couple thoughts off. Because to the point, you got to remember, when the last time, man, we at the end of the end. You see? We at the end of the end. And starting with the men of apostles, the elders, the bishops of Great Millstone, the thing we should be focused on right now is doing this work. Right? Now, the thing is, we are men. So, in the midst of us doing this work, emotions go kick in, You might see a woman, you might, get that, you might feel freaky one weekend. Who knows? But the thing is, and I'm going to get a couple supporting scriptures, but we ain't in the time to just try to go out and find a wife as if we about to be here forever, like the IUIC spirit, just looking for a wife, looking to settle down, man. We in the time to where we should be letting things go. Letting things go, man. You see? Letting things go, not trying to add on to what we got going, bringing more problems in. Because a woman could bring way more problems in. A woman could have you not really focus on the Lord. And then you had that situation, and I'm going to get into some precepts here in a few, just kind of want to get some thoughts off. But you had the situation how you had these two women run up on two different GMS camps. In Miami, you had this Edomite woman go up talking about, what's y'all favorite position? Do y'all want to kiss my ass for $1 or get $1? Just asking freaky questions. Would y'all subscribe to my OnlyFans or some shit like that? And the brothers kind of got out of there. And you had it to where this Judite woman ran up half naked to the brothers in New Jersey. The thing is, you're going to have more situations like that. whether it's random people just coming up looking for attention, or they can be sent, you see, by Esau to cause trouble. Just like Delilah, she was sent, and Lord willing, we get that account in a few. So we ain't in the time to just go, you make it your end all be all to find a woman because you may be lonely or horny, man. Like Apostle Paul said, if you burn it, hey, take care of your business, you see. But we got to know the Lord controls all things. If we serve the Lord, Yahweh Shai said in Matthew 26 that if we seek the kingdom first, everything else will be added. It's easy for the Lord to throw you a female, man. That's easy work for the Lord, you see. But let's get this real quick in 1 Corinthians 7. And I'm going to say this too. Even if a man may have a woman right now, and things may be going good, but it's even a watch out for her too. Who knows how things going to go down the line? You see how things go be down the line. Maybe she may turn into a spirit like Delilah and eventually switch and tell if Esau offer her money or put fear into her that they're going to kill her as we get closer to the end. But the point is, these are things, as men of the Lord, as we serving the Lord, just to have a heads up for, right? That, yeah, beautiful woman could be sent at us. It may seem like, you'll game that fire and you pulled her. No, she was sent. You see? But let's get this real quick. 1 Corinthians 7. And Lord willing, this lesson should be edifying. Shouldn't be long at all, Lord willing. But this 1 Corinthians 7. I'm going to get straight to the point. 1 Corinthians 7, I'm going to start at 29. It says, this Apostle Paul speaking. He says, but this I say, brethren, the time is short. The time is short. You see, we ain't got long left. We almost out of here. Now, seeing the time is short, Apostle Paul about to tell us a few things that we need to take heed to since this world about to end, man. So it says, but this I say, brethren, the time is short, and it remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none. What that mean? We're in a time till we're at the end. Even if you do got a woman, that don't mean you go home, just, kick your woman out and tell her, it can't work no more and, just be an asshole. But it's just saying, right now ain't the time to put our focus on the women, man. You see, the Lord told us way more than enough times he gonna give us that. If it ain't waiting to the kingdom and you getting women forever, look, even in Jacob's trouble, when times get even more hard, look, women go be running to us. So there ain't nothing to just go try to find. And especially in Babylon with the STDs running rampant out here, ain't no telling what you might get into. If it's a woman, right? If it's a woman. So it says, but this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none. Right, now let me get Judges 16 real quick just to get that account with Samson. And I'm going to read this in the NLT. Right, now again, we come into the end. It may be Esau. He may start sending fine women at brothers, or sending women up to the camps half naked, or even have women or fake pages. Right, have women create fake Instagram pages, got the Kwame Yasha Island, the hair wrap on. You think she a devout sister. You see, shalom, sister, right? And the whole time she Delilah. She was sent like Delilah, But let's read it though. This is Judges 16 and verse 1. I'm gonna read all this in the NLT. It says, one day Samson went to the Philistine town of Gaza and spent the night with a prostitute. And word soon spread that Samson was there. So the men of Gaza gathered together and waited all night at the towns. Matter of fact, I'm gonna jump down to verse 4. It says, Samson and Delilah. Sometime later, Samson fell in love with a woman named Delilah. And again, that's feeble. It means feeble in the Hebrew, because women, weaker vessel. But it says, who lived in the valley of Sorek. The rulers of the Philistines, check this out, the rulers of the Philistines went to her and said, entice Samson to tell you what makes him so strong and how he can be overpowered and tied up secretly. You see how they did it? So she ain't just, Samson was the man, but she ain't just go talk to Samson because he was the man. No, she was sent by the enemy. Sent by the enemy. And these days, Esau could send people, look, tell them come over here. You need to see him, you need to talk to him. Then we're going to grab him up and throw him in a concentration camp, all right? Shit like that. Remember, they wanted to grab Samson up. We definitely living in those times, man. Who knows what's going to happen? But the scriptures do say we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. So continuing on. And they said to her, entice Samson to tell us what makes him so strong and how he can be overpowered and tied up secretly. Then each of us will give you 1,100 pieces of silver. So, see, for money, she was weak. She fell for it, feeble, as her name is. So is she. So Delilah said to Samson, so she went to him, please tell me what makes you so strong and what it would take to tie you up securely. Now, the Lord was dealing with our forefather Samson, so I ain't got nothing to say on that, but even from her questioning, that should have been head scratching. What you want to know that for? You feel me? What you asking me that for? You see? What kind of line of questioning is that so you can tie me up? But let's continue. It says, and Samson replied, if I were tied up with 7 new bowstrings that have not been dried, I will become as weak as anyone else. So he told her, look, go get some bowstrings, make sure they ain't dried, then you could tie me up. But he BSing with her, right? He playing with her. It says, so Delilah said to Samson, right, we read that. It says, so the Philistine rulers brought Delilah 7 new bowstrings, and she tied Samson up with them. She had hidden some men in one of the inner rooms of her house. Man, she had people spied out. Look, hey, that's the spirit of women today, setting niggas up. You see that? Set niggas up, man. Women today already set niggas up for free. For free. How much more of Esau, the military, these elites come to them with a bag and 30 pieces of silver. Tell us where he at. You see, tell us where he at. Tell us what he was preaching, what he got on, what clothes, who with him, what brothers you said was with him. Okay, what's that brother name? What they call him? Shit like that. Yeah, they can go to our women or women and have them come to us to get that info, man. This is why the Lord had this as an example of one of our forefathers. You see, just to have a heads up on some possibilities on what could happen, man. So let's continue reading. It says she had hidden some men in the inner rooms of her house, and she cried out, Samson, the Philistines have come to capture you. But Samson snapped the bowstrings as a piece of string snapped when it is burned by fire, so the secret of his strength was not discovered. And afterward, Delilah said to him, you've been making fun of me and telling me lies. Now please tell me how you can be tied up securely. Look, Samson, you're playing on me. Tell me the truth. Again, why you want to know this? What you asking me this for? That's red flags. You see, if a woman, she coming, your woman, she all of a sudden start asking things about the camp and what's this brother government name? What's this elder government name? Right? Or trying to know too much about what you got going. So Fridays after y'all go to camp or Saturday after y'all go to camp. So what class be at? What's the address? Again, I'm just throwing things out there, but things like that, these women don't need to know what we doing in our inner body, man. What we got going. Even if you do got a woman, you see, she don't need to know what's going on between brothers. Let's continue on. And hey, look, I got a woman. She don't need to know what's going on between brothers. You see, straight up. And another, let's continue though, because I got thoughts just running through, but I want to get this whole chapter. Right? Or just to the point at least. But we're reading the point. But you see is over time she kept trying to come to him. But who she was sent by? The enemy, man. Man, it's hot as hell in Houston. It just started raining out of nowhere. It's crazy. So it says, right, so verse 13 it says, Then Delilah said, you've been making fun of me and telling me lies. Now tell me how you can be tied up securely. And Samson replied, if you were to weave the 7 braids of my hair into the fabric on your loom and tighten it with the loom shuttle, I would become as weak as anybody else. So she did that. She tried to go do it, tighten his hair, weave his hair, and thought it was going to work, right? And as before, it says, but Samson woke up and pulled back the loom and yanked his hair away from the loom and the fabric. And Delilah pouted and said, how can you tell me I love you. She said, how can you tell me I love you when you don't share your secrets with me? Right. Me loving you, that don't mean I gotta share secrets. Or me sharing my secrets, that don't make me love you or prove I love you, man. But you see women, she started pouting and looking sad. You see? And the scripture in Sirach, it says there's a wicked person who hang down their heads, act like they all humble and sad, but really they trying to get over on you, man. You see? So, hey, man, bro, that's why it's beautiful how the Lord got the characteristics of these women in the scriptures. Not just women, men too, but these women, man, like I'm reading the book of Sirach. And I read Sirach 25 and 26. But he laid out, man, on things to look for concerning these women. This is, let's continue. This is, right, so she was pouting all sad. She said, how can you tell me you love me when you don't share your secrets with me? You have made fun of me 3 times now, and you still haven't told me what makes you so strong. She tormented him with her nagging all day after day until he was sick to death of it. So just like a woman, she kept coming to him, complaining all of this ill. You see, he was tired of hearing that shit, man. So what he did, he broke. He said, all right, fuck it. Because one, I don't know, but he probably didn't think it was that serious or she was going to go that far. But remember, when the scriptures say never trust thine enemy, I believe it's in Micah, it says, well, she that is my enemy. We can't trust these women either, man. You see? Especially in this generation. In this day and age, you cannot trust these women. It says, finally, Samson shared his secret with her. My hair has never been cut, he confessed, for I was dedicated to the Most High as a Nazarite from birth. If my hair were shaved, my strength would leave me, and I would become as weak as anyone else. And Delilah realized he had finally told her the truth, so she sent for the Philistine ruler. So she went back to the enemy. She went straight to the enemy because she got an answer. She wasn't really into Samson. She got an answer. Women that might be sin these days, they ain't really gonna be into brothers. They just trying to get info or get you set up or get you caught up, man. Now, again, I'm not saying every single woman, let's spit out the bones too. Yeah, the Lord might bless you with a little something, you had a little ball. He might bless you, with a little something walking out, or however it be, who knows? But as far as us going out here and you forcing the situation, just wait for the Lord to throw you the alley. The Lord might throw you a little alley or something, man. You see? But we ain't got to go out here and force it, try to find it. Force dates and shit. Right? It says Delilah realized that he had finally told her, so she sent for the Philistine rulers. Come back one more time, she said, for he has finally told me his secret. So the Philistine rulers returned with the money in their hands, and Delilah lulled Samson to sleep with his head in her lap. And then she called in a man to shave off the locks of his hair. In this way she began to bring him down, and his strength left him. Then she cried out, Samson, the Philistines have captured you. And when he woke up, he thought, I will do as before and shake myself free. But he didn't realize the Lord have left him. All because of a woman, man. You see? What the scriptures say, through her is the beginning of sin. Through the woman is the beginning of sin. We all die. We all die. We all die. And through this, Samson was led to his destruction, man. It says, so the Philistines captured him and gouged out his eyes, and they took him to Gaza, where he was bound with bronze chains and forced to grind grain in the prisons, right? But before long, his hair began to grow back. And you read it, only got a few verses left, but that's where Samson died at, man. You see, they brought him to the Philistines, but it was beautiful how the Lord had it play out, because it played out that way. The Most High wanted him to deal with Delilah, because it says at the end that Samson destroyed more Philistines at his death than he did when he was living. But the point is, you see what brought this man to getting captured, to getting thrown in jail, in prison, and ultimately led to his death. The woman, you see, came there. An agent just don't gotta be a nigga like Judas, or an agent just don't gotta be somebody trying to come into the camp and act like a brother. No, an agent and a spy, that could be women too, man. They can be sent too. Just a FYI, it was sent to our forefather. Or if they're not sent, as far as a random chick coming up to you, Who knows? They might find your woman out somewhere, talk to her, pull her to the side, and remember, Delilah name means what? Weak, feeble. They might try to pull your woman to the side. Yeah, so we know about this Israelite thing. We heard y'all got kids. It's your child name. This your name. We know where y'all stay. Tell us where he at, or we gonna harm you. Your woman weak. She might give you up. Who knows? Now, Yahweh Shem Awashai forbid that happen. But again, who knows, man? Shit, Lot ain't think, not Lot, well, him too. But Job ain't think his wife was gonna turn back, but she did. So if a brother, look, if you got the Lord bless you with a good wife now, the Wadi Habashim Awashai, he blessed me with one, But hey, shit, man, just keep doing it. And look, if the Lord switched the story up and she changed, then look, so be it, man. So be it, you see? But as of right now, if you got a good woman, man, just keep it pushing. You see? So some women will have to be saved, right? Somebody will have to be saved, women, children. Some brothers will have gifts from the Lord. That's what it says. Good women are gifts from the Lord. Some brothers going to have that, but some it's going to be situations as Samson. Let me get one more now and I went longer than I wanted to. But like I said, I just finished reading Judges, and I read that. I was like, that's good, especially in these times. Look, we're in a time of catfish. You got catfish, fake profiles, and all that. So how much more a fine woman being sent against the prophets to take them down? That's predictable. But let's see what I ended with. Let's get this in 2 Ezra 16. This 2 Ezra 16. Now, what it's going to say is that we're in the time of the end of the world, as we started with. We're in the time of the end of the world. So we got to have a mindset of not worried about women, you see? Building an empire with a woman, trying to find your Beyonce, you Jay-Z, relationship goals and shit like that. This is not the time for that. It's 2 Ezra 16 and 40. It says, "O my people, hear my word and make you ready to the battle." We supposed to get ourselves ready for the end of the world, man. Even if you do find a fine woman, I'm sure she got all kind of shit wrong with her. Oh, she might have a man, then it's adultery, now what? So it says, make you ready to the battle, and then those evils be even as pilgrims on the earth. Now, this is the point I want. It's going to go into certain things. On if you got a business, you better live your life as if that business going to go bankrupt. You see, if you buy something, you better live as if you're going to keep it. But one thing it's going to say is going to speak about relationships as well. It says, he that selleth, 2 Ezra 16 and 41, he that selleth, matter of fact, I'm going to get the GNT. I'm going to get the GNT and I end it. Right? 2 Ezra 16 and 41 in the GNT. I'm going to read 40. 2 Ezra 16 and 40 in the GNT. It says, listen to my message, my people, and get ready for the battle. When the disasters come, you must live as people whose home is not in this world. Merchants must not expect to make a profit from what they sell. They must be ready to run for their lives. Their customers must expect to lose whatever they buy, and whoever builds a house should not plan to live in it. You see, that's the mindset how we should move in these last times. Kind of like it is what it is. It says, and farmers should not expect to harvest their crops or pick their grapes. That's the point. And those who marry must not expect to have children, and those who don't marry must live as if they have been widowed. Right? So it says, even if you got a woman, not saying, you got to pull out. What the scripture said, don't have children. You pulling out every time. No, it's just saying having in a mindset of you ain't about to build no family here. Yeah, you can have a woman, but you ain't about to build no family here, man. You see? So it says, for those who marry must not expect to have children, and those who don't marry. So if you single, it says, and those who don't marry must live as if they have been widowed. Stay single. You see? If you got a person, don't have in your mind like you about to get the White House with the white picket fence, the red door, the children, the play place in the backyard, so on and so forth. But if you single, stay single. Why? And I end it with this. The next verse. It says, and those who marry must not expect to have children, and those who don't marry must live as if they have been widowed, because anything that is done will be useless, man. So we ain't in the time to be putting our focus on a woman. You see, the Lord, He can give us that. He says, seek the kingdom first, this word first, and everything will be added. He ain't say everything except a woman. No, He could throw us that too, man. You see? But hey, remember Delilah. You know, keep your head on the swivel. Ephesians the 5th chapter say, stay circumspect because the days are evil. Let's end it on that. It's Ephesians 5. Ephesians 5 and 14. Wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Mashiach shall give thee light. See then that, so now that we do have the light, it says, see then that you walk circumspectly, right? Pay attention to our surroundings. What's going on? Even if a fine woman do walk up, it should be, it should be the thought of, okay, now granted, hey, some brothers, got a little more experience with women. You see, so it might not be a hard thing to either approach women or have women approach you. But say if you might be a brother who ain't too used to that and a random woman walk up and she all friendly and look, take my number, kind of scratch your head. I'm playing, but just have your eye out, man. Speaking of myself first and foremost, it says, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil, And look, as it say, the closer we get to the end, the more bugged out these people gonna be. So what's the point of trying to make connections with them, man, with these Americans, you see? Just let the Lord give us who He gonna give us, and look, call it a day, you see? But look, I'm in it right there, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Chakwadash, and with that, Shalom.